Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Ben Bateman.
And I'm Andrew Guy.
We are
the Action Guys.
Woo, woo, woo. Give me all you got. What's up, everybody? We're back. We're talking about cool stuff on this show. This is a big show today. It's Oscars. It's Oscars week. Is it? It is. No, it's next week.
Yeah, but there was a huge announcement about the Oscars this week, which I think is really kind of what stemmed this conversation, dude. They are doing the ultimate Oscar snub ever in snubbing categories.
Yeah, it's such a weird decision. This year has been chock full of big announcements for the Oscars. You guys remember earlier in the year, the popular film category was announced to make fun of Black Panther, which they quickly repealed that decision.
Yeah, and then they're trying to have they're not having a host for the first time in the history of the Oscars. They're going to do an entire cast of a movie, essentially, with all the Avengers, which is another big, like, is it going to work or is it not? It'll work fine, I think. I mean, there's an incredibly charismatic group of people.
What the weirdest thing about this is, like, we move further and further into this age of consumer-driven media where, like, people's voices are just louder than ever.
Right.
You know, social media, Twitter, all these things. It's like you can literally dictate the media you want to consume because everything is so destination-driven now. It's not just like you turn on ABC and you watch what's on. You watch Netflix, you watch Hulu, you stream on your phone. Almost nothing is live anymore.
Yeah.
So when it becomes live programming and they're looking at the ratings, they're just saying, look, we need people to watch this for the advertisers next year. Otherwise, we're going to get paid less money to sell this advertising. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to need to make the show shorter, not offend anyone. You're fired, Kevin Hart. Sorry you had jokes that were offensive 10 years ago.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. We can't work with you.
Not this year. Not in this climate. And so what we're doing today, and before we hop in directly into the show, let's talk a little bit about the formatting, or not even the formatting. Let's talk about where the show can be seen and released, because this last week we had a little bit of a change in format with the show. We kind of got a clipped version of this episode online, and everything else is downloadable through Podcast One, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. So first and foremost, you know, this is the Action Guys. We are talking about the biggest Oscar snubs in history, but to listen to the entire episode,
yeah, you can download it on the Collider Movie Talk podcast feed, which you can actually just stream on Spotify. That's if you're a Spotify user, that's there. iTunes, all the places podcasts are available. You can check it out there, and there will be a clip from it, which you may be watching on YouTube, but that's kind of how this is going forward. We don't know long-term what's going to happen with that. It's a recent change that's happened here on this network with the podcasts, but that is the way we're doing it. So right now, you can check out the full show on audio, but we are going to get into today's topic, which is the biggest Oscar snubs of all time, and it starts with 4 categories not being announced on the actual televised broadcast. They're going to be announced at the Oscars during commercial breaks.
Which is crazy to me. And so those 4 categories are live action short, makeup and hairstyling.
Oh, those are kind of medium categories. What are the other 2, Andrew?
Film editing and cinematography.
Oh, so you're saying the people that make the movies watchable and the people that shoot the movies.
Right. Like literally the person who puts together the movie that is the most palatable for the audience, and then also the person who is literally our eyes.
They're shooting the movie on set. They're the person that's actually wielding the camera.
It's just insane to me. It's just absolutely insane to me. I mean, Guillermo said it best. I mean, he didn't actually say, like, I'm not someone who can say what should be nominated, but these are 2 of the most integral parts of film.
It's pretty crazy. It really does highlight the difference between sort of celebrity-driven culture and then art culture. The intersection between art and commerce, obviously, has always been the thing that sells a movie, and this is a clear delineation in the direction of commerce, not art, because celebrities sell tickets, and you know, art is not going to be as interesting to the casual viewer.
I just think it's such a disservice to, like, cinematography is literally why movies are beautiful. Like, it is exactly, that is like the definition of what it is. It just seems so crazy. I mean, even in all these Avengers movies, they have great cinematography.
Yeah.
There's a reason why all these shots look so amazing. There's a reason why, like, you turn and you see, like, the sun in the background and, like, the gleam of their face. Like, that's all cinematography.
Yeah, it's all intentional. So there's a whole conversation we're going to have today about, you know, things that should have won, things that should have been honored. We wanted to start it off with just acknowledging how crazy of a decision this is by the Academy. I understand it from the perspective that most people that watch the Oscars are not watching because they even know what a cinematographer is necessarily. They're watching because they want to see Robert Downey Jr. or Jennifer Lawrence on stage, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. But from the point of view of an artist, we absolutely are trying to pay attention and honor the things that deserve to be honored. So, coming up today on the show, a couple awesome things. Drew and I, at the end of this, are going to talk about some of our picks for this year's Oscars. We may even throw in a wager. It may have to do with Dastardly Drew Guy and Ben the Boss Bateman on the Movie Trivia Schmodown. We'll have to see about that. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. We have some huge news in the action genre, not action movies, but the action brand you guys are knowing and loving and becoming accustomed to. I'll just say 2 words for you. Action Industries.
Boom! Right there. Throw it on a plaque.
You're going to have to stay tuned at the end of the episode, or if you're watching this, download the full audio version to hear that news at the end of the show. And last but not least, before we get into our biggest Oscar snubs of all time, Drew, where can the folks find you?
You guys can find me at Andrew Guy on Instagram, on Twitter, and you can find us at Team Action, so collectively.
You guys can find me at Ben Baby Media, Twitter, and Instagram. And, that's the thing. I've got some fun film-related projects I've been sharing on Twitter recently, so check that out.